Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are getting into a placement that creates a presence you literally cannot ignore. We're talking about Rahu in the first house, authentic individuality versus performative rebellion. Having this placement, it's like walking into a quiet, beige room wearing head-to-toe neon. People are going to notice. It's a clash between who you really are and who you feel you have to be to shake things up. So let's jump right into what makes this energy so incredibly captivating. Okay, let's dive into this. Why do people notice you way before they actually understand you? It's because you quietly, or maybe not so quietly, stand apart from the crowd. With Rahu in the first house, people pick up on your frequency right away. Some are instantly curious, and yeah, some might get a little cautious, but they're rarely indifferent. So the real question isn't whether you attract attention, but whether you've truly accepted those unique qualities, instead of trying to tone them down.
Section 1. A presence hard to ignore.
So look at this slide to see the breakdown. Most of the world operates by gaining influence through familiarity, right? By being relatable, safe, predictable. But the Rahu way, it is all about gaining influence through pure, unfiltered unpredictability. Life with this placement isn't about blending in at all. It actively pushes you to become someone who just cannot be neatly categorized. Your opinions are going to challenge accepted beliefs, your style might feel super distinctive, and your career path, it'll probably break every traditional rule in the book. People remember the ones who refuse to fit comfortably inside existing definitions.
Moving right along to Section 2, Astrology of the First House.
Think of the first house as your cosmic front door. It literally represents your personality, your identity, appearance, behavior, and your overall self-image. It's the absolute foundational baseline for how the world perceives you, and honestly, how you perceive yourself the second you walk into a room. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when we add Rahu to the mix. Rahu represents intense ambition, obsession, unconventional thinking, curiosity, and above all else, disruption. When you take the planet of total disruption and drop it straight into the house of identity, it's like pouring hot sauce into a vanilla milkshake. You are absolutely guaranteed to get something nobody saw coming. It's an explosive collision, ensuring your personality will rarely, if ever, follow ordinary expectations. Which brings us to Section 3, Pioneers, Rebels, and Innovators. Because your greatest magnetism comes from originality rather than just seeking perfection, you're probably naturally drawn to cutting-edge fields. We're talking entrepreneurship, technology and science, media and digital creation, deep research, social movements, or even international work. Basically, anywhere unconventional thinking is rewarded, you are going to thrive. Your willingness to explore the unknown isn't just some weird quirk. It becomes your absolute greatest strength in these areas.
There's a great saying for this. Growth often begins where certainty ends. Just take a second to think about that. For someone with Rahu in the first house, ordinary, predictable routines just don't cut it. You are constantly searching for experiences that push boundaries and expand your whole understanding of the world. You literally thrive right there, perfectly balanced on the edge of the unknown.
But there is a flip side. Section 4, the trap of restlessness. So the crucial point is this. Wanting to appear different is not the same thing as actually being authentic. It's really easy to misunderstand this restless energy and think it just means you have to put on some wild, unusual persona. But real individuality, that grows naturally over time. It doesn't require endless performative rebellion. Rahu's deepest lesson is that standing apart should happen because of genuine internal growth, not because you feel this exhausting need to rebel against everything just for the sake of it. If you don't have that inner clarity, you can easily fall into this relentless cycle. Step 1, you privately question who you really are, even though everyone else just sees this immense confidence radiating from you. Then, step 2, you achieve a massive goal. But wait, it feels surprisingly hollow. Step 3, almost instantly, a brand new goal appears. And step 4, you're off seeking another horizon before the old achievement even registers. Restlessness kind of becomes your most familiar companion, which means practicing contentment is just as vital as chasing your ambitions. Let's bring some nuance into this in Section 5, How Zodiac Signs Shape Rahu. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how your elemental sign totally changes the flavor of this magnetic energy. That core desire to stand out is always there. But if your Rahu is in a fire sign, your uniqueness shows up as bold, fierce independence. In earth signs, you're innovating through practical, tangible achievements.
If it's an air sign, you are constantly challenging ideas and the way we communicate. And in water signs, your focus totally shifts to transforming emotional and spiritual understanding. It's the exact same drive, but an entirely different vehicle.
And we can't forget the planetary friends that modify this energy too. Jupiter brings a much-needed stabilizing wisdom to your ambition. Mercury sharpens that disruption into brilliant strategy. Venus adds this magnetic charm to your quirks. Saturn steps in and demands discipline. Mars just hits the gas pedal on fearless and, let's be real, sometimes impulsive action. And K2, sitting right across the sky, quietly reminds you that true identity ultimately grows through deep self-awareness, not external applause.
Which sets up our final chapter perfectly. Section 6, Discovering Your True Authentic Self.
Let's move to this and see how this builds, because psychology tells us the exact same thing as astrology here. Mere novelty will absolutely attract attention in the short term. But true, grounded originality, that is what creates a lasting memory. Meaningful, lasting influence doesn't come from just being different for the sake of being different. It comes from offering genuine, meaningful value through that different.
And this right here is the ultimate takeaway. The deeper purpose of this placement isn't to be unusual, it's to become fully yourself. Look, every single one of us deals with expectations layered on by family, society, culture, the whole shebang. But your real task with Rahu in the first house is to strip all of that away to find what genuinely belongs to you. Authentic influence only grows when your authenticity becomes stronger than your lingering desire to fit in.
So I want to end this explainer by leaving you with a really powerful question to sit with. Which parts of your identity truly belong to you? Which parts did you just borrow from others? And which parts are waiting to emerge, but only after you finally stop fearing judgment? Your greatest crowd-pulling quality is your absolute refusal to become predictable. People are going to notice your uniqueness for sure, but what they will truly remember is your courage to live it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I challenge you today. Embrace the courage to live your absolute unpredictable truth.